Hello everyone. In today's video I'm going to show you how to import a text file in the SAS system. The first method is through file name. Now let's take an example of three files: group 1, group 2, group 3. Group 1 has name, age and sex. It has two records. If you go to group 2, it has two observations with three variables. Group 3 has again two observations and three variables. So what I'm doing here is that I'm mentioning file name, and that file name I'm naming it as quarter1, and then I'm defining the path of the file, which is C users home desktop, which is my uh, personal laptop computer location or desktop location, where the group 1 is the file text file. Then I'm putting this in semicolon, and then again I'm mentioning the second file, C users home desktop group 2.txt, C users home desktop group 3 text. So I'm mentioning uh, file name, and then the name of the file name is quarter1. Then I'm defining the data, because I'm not creating this as a permanent library. I'm creating this in a work library, so I'm naming the data first quarter, and then in the in file statement I have defined it as quarter1, which will combine all these three files together, because I have what we have mentioned, the path here. And then I'm defining the variable types like input name, which is character, age, numeric, sex, character, and then run. So let's see. Oh, this. I think it should be fine. When I give the statement, it should show the records, and it has. The other method is do loop method. In this, what I'm doing is that I'm creating a data called quarter. I'm not saving it in the library. I'm saving this in no, I'm not saving this in the permanent library, just describing it in the work folder and mentioning this do loop to I123, because the name of this file is group 1, group 2, group 3, and only difference is that after the end of every file there is 1, 2, 3. So just I'm defining it here 1, 2, 3. You can also mention 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3. Then there is a statement called next file. I'm just name it. You can name it anything. In that I've defined the path group. Then what I'm doing is concatenating it with a compress statement, because there's no need for the compress statement, but I'm still keeping it, because when there are like numbers 9 and 10, then you have this luxury of mentioning the compress. Then put high is equal to 2, because it will add as here concatenating, so it will add group 1, so we need that in character when these are numbers. So I'm defining it into characters. Then again I'm concatenating here and putting the text value. The in file I'm mentioning temp, and the file where statement, this is important here. I'm mentioning the file where. Inside that I have to mention what I have mentioned here, which is concatenating the do loop and the path name and the file name. Input is name, age, sex. Output I have to mention, because given the do loop, then we have to end it, because it's a do loop and stop. If we don't stop it, it's going to run it and get. So you have to put the stop statement. So let's see. if you look at this output, it has taken only the first record. If you see that it has taken first record from all the three files. If you can check just with the group 1, you see it has taken the first record from the group 2 Nikhil and the group 3. So if you see that has taken only the first 3 records, the reason is that we haven't mentioned or we haven't put the complete code. So we'll go again here. I'll again run this file. The only difference this time would be that I have to mention do until last stops. Last stop is in this in file temp file where next where I'm mentioning the end statement is the main thing. The end is equal to last stop. You can name it anything instead of last stops, and do until last stop. Last stops is the last record or last observation of the file. This is very important. If you don't give this, it will only take the first record from each files and it would combine it and show it in the output. So you have to mention the last observation, and you have to give the output and 2 times end, because we have used do loop 2 times, and then stop statement is very necessary, otherwise it's going to keep on running. The do loop will continue and will not stop, so your system would get hang. So it's very necessary you put the stop statement and run it. If you run it like this and run it here, it is going to show you all the records. Well, this is on the similar lines, I think, so I don't need to run this again. Now what I've done here is that proc print data work quarter, first stops, and the observation is 5. It'll take only 5 observation. Now the 6th one, label I've given it. In the I here, what we were doing here is that we were deleting this, or we were dropping this do loop I statement. So here I'm just mentioning it and then naming it as month, which is I would be as a label would be the it's going to be the variable name, so it will show 1 2 3 4 like this. I'm just running here and showing it. So as expected, it has named this I as month and it has shown the month 1 2 3, and because we have mentioned only 5 variables, it has only taken 5. We had mentioned here observation 6, it would have shown all the 6 records. You can see here like this, and these are the months. Because we have named it here label I, we have this I variable which we have mentioned here. We name it as month. You can name it anything, whatever you feel like. So these are some of the techniques which I have showed how to import a file, and if you have many files, you can use do loop, or you can combine it like this, so that you don't have to write the codes again and again. It will be a good techniques which will save your time. Thank you very much. If you have any suggestions and comments, you can drop.